Just know today I have been given life and things are moving very fast. I've come to Howdens to get two door closers and actually I don't know what's going on there. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me make this transaction quick. That's how much like things are moving. And I haven't brought you guys along for a long time because I haven't actually been in the mix. I've been behind the scenes, just overseeing a lot of things, just trying to focus on working on the business instead of in the business. But there are days like this where you just need to be in the flipping business because things need to get moving. So let me get this order sorted because I need some more kitchen units for my bedrooms for the HMOs to increase the value. And I'll get right back to you guys.
Whoa, yeah. No way you can see me, mate. Can't do it the easy way. I still gotta make it work.
We're rolling and we are back on site. And I'm gonna give you guys an update now because, let me put this back down. I'm gonna give you guys a full update. It's been exactly like 8 weeks since the last update and so much has gone on and we are nearly done. I would say we were 100% done this morning and then it dropped down to 85%, 90% because I got the heads up. I need to add some things to my HMO to make sure I get that top value. But I'm just gonna show you guys now because what happens at the end of all my projects is the turnover is so quick. I have my valuation, then I rent it out the next day, and then I have no time to actually show you guys what the end finished product is. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've got going on right now. And this is my HMO. Welcome to my HMO. And that's going to be making me maybe £6,000-7,000 a month. We don't know. Who knows? But with the new changes, I know I'm going to be hitting the top level with the rents and getting some good tenants in here. And then at the end of the day, I still haven't even decided who I'm going to be putting in yet. But it's been 8 weeks and I'm very, very happy with the progress so far. Now, stepping in, you can see hallway has changed a lot and we have staged it for the valuation. We've got some nice paintings all the way through, but coming in, all the fire panel stuff, all of these things are to make sure you are compliant. So on top of on every floor level, you need your fire action. And I need to figure out what my report to assembly point is going to be. But let's head into bedroom number 1. This is bedroom number 1. And these are all really good size room. Now the key thing here with this project is essentially I did a bit of reconfiguration. The main thing is these big en-suites that I have installed. I say big, but you see one of the en-suites is a bit, but it works, right? Now, this is the spec that I've gone through for, and I know some of you guys are gonna ask, so I'm just gonna tell you already. These are all from Wix tiles, Wix tiles here. This is like my feature wall type thing. And then I've got Wix tiles on the floor. I think they're called what are they called? Fennel, something like that. And then I've got the black features here. And this is the same theme that I've gone throughout. I went for squared en-suites, but I think I prefer the rectangular ones. And I explain why as we go along. But nice size room, and you can see the amount of space this occupant will have, and imagine it didn't have an ensuite before. So ample space, really happy with it. This ground floor building, the ground floor of this building has really high ceilings, so it does feel very spacious in here. Now, look at the beds I went for. I have to, because you have to show them the beds, because I spent quite a bit on these beds to have them here to make sure that everything just looks on point. And my fireplace, which was actually resprayed, makes it feel really homey. I kept that feature there. That is something I really like to do. I know people always talk about keeping Victoria features, which I'm a big fan of. However, I'm not sure I'll be keeping the chimney breast in the future because it does make the room very awkward. It's quite hard to play around with. As nice as it looks, it does make it awkward. I'm not going to lie. My en-suites would be slightly bigger. I did want to keep the chimney breast. Was I keeping it for the Victorian features, or was I keeping it to keep my costs down? Who knows? But we'll just go for Victorian features. Heads. Now, heading into room number 2. You can see I've got some nice door numbers on here. Room number 2, again, very, very spacious. And this ensuite was originally bigger than it was before. And I said, guys, what's going on? This is way too big. But this ensuite was actually a bit bigger than it was before. Then I made them bring it inside slightly because I like to keep it 1.5 by 1.5. This is the size of the ensuite. And that's 1.5 internally, I think. Or maybe I might be wrong. It just depends. Depends on how much space is taken up. Let's do a quick check of what is looking like internally. So this is looking like 1.35. So I think my 1.5 is my external finish for the square ensuites. However, as I said before, I've got a new configuration that I like, and it's the rectangle. I'll show you the rectangle version at the back here. I'm not sure how bored they will get because literally all the rooms are the same. So hopefully I can keep you guys entertained to the end. And I'm going to say it now, I'm going to share figures at the end so that at least you've got a reason to stay. And for those that are going to skip, I'm going to meet you at the end and cuss you out. But this is, at the moment, is going to be used as the lounge area. So with this property, we do have currently sui generis use class, but I don't have the HMO license for 7 people as of yet. So we built it to be able to house 7 people in the future once I get my license. And I would get it now, but this council just, they're something. They are something. Let me turn on the lights just so that you lot can see it with the spotlights, right? This council is a bit funny. They're just a little bit funny. And when I approached them to let them know that I want to get the new license, they started giving me some pushback, and I said, you know what, let me just keep it as 6 for now because it works. I can do the 7 at a later date because the 7 is a bonus, and I will just apply for my 7-bedroom HMO license at a later date. I just want to be able to exit off my bridge. So far, I've been on this bridge for 8 weeks, 2 months, and I'm at the end now. I'm in the process of refinancing, so I just want to make sure I get off my bridge. And then I can deal with all the headache after, all the palaver when they're asking me all these questions. But for now, I can just go to my lender and say, hey, this is my 6-bedroom HMO license because I already have it in place. Now, this is the different sized ensuite that I was talking about, which I actually prefer. This is a 2 by 1, I believe. So 2 meter inside by 1, and it's just literally toilet, sink, bath, shower, which works out a lot better. I think it still makes the room look very spacious as opposed to just having a big square in the corner. Now, I'm not going to show you the outdoors because that's a bit embarrassing. I haven't done much, but I will be doing much now. But have a quick peek, but let's not show them too much because, boy, this is embarrassing. I look like a halfway developer. Now, let's go inside. And just to let you know, guys, this is what I do. I like to put these boxes in all my rooms because future-proofing the HMOs again, the tenants will be able to top up their own electricity and pay for that. Hence why I go for electric grads. I don't have electric showers, mainly because I don't have 3-phase supplies. I've gone for single-phase supply. So electric rads and electric towel rads, and then obviously everything else in the place is electric, the lights, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But my main thing is being able to monitor how much heat of these things, these things are, even the names come out of my head, but these things, we just want to monitor because when it gets to winter, and if I'm paying for the bills, that's not turning off, Now, if they're paying for the bills, at least we know they will show some efficiency and respect, you know, some of that thing. So we do like to make sure we have each room has its own fuse box and they can top it up themselves. Now this is, I think it's quite quirky, having your kitchen on the first floor, and I think it works very, very well. Initially, we did this because of regulations. Our original plans was to have the kitchen on the ground floor, but looking at the new regulations in the council, it spoke about having the kitchen only one floor away from each bedroom. Now, that shouldn't affect us at this current moment in time, because I bought it as an old HMO that had a couple years left on the existing license. However, again, just that future proofing, making sure that in future, if they do turn around and say, hey, when you go to renew your license, this is a change that needs to be made, now I have to go do some work. So whilst I'm here, I said, you know what, let me move the kitchen to this first floor where it works one floor apart, and it's all singing, dancing, and no one's going to come and arrest me in the future or ask me to make any big changes that's going to cost me a lot of money. Again, simple, standard HMO stuff, 2 cookers, 2 ovens, 2 hobs, 2 cookers, 2, what do you call it? What do you call those things again? Fridge, freezers, and tumble dryer and washing machine. Here is where I'm housing my tank. Someone asked me what litre tank this is. Don't ask me, I don't know. But it works, and it works well. And the boiler and all that sort of stuff. So this all works well, and I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with it. It even looks really nice like this, don't you think? Yeah, it does. Now heading into room number 3. This is one of the largest rooms. Again, features a nice fireplace. We bought some incense here, so it smells quite good. This room smells the least after construction. It smells nice. It smells really homey. You can see we've got the big bed here with nice headboard and these picture frames that I bought from the range, and I'm becoming a really big fan of the range. I used to be a Wilko fan back in the day till they closed down Wilko. R.I.P. Wilko, man. So this is a nice size room. The one upstairs is slightly smaller, so when I saw that, as we moved down, because you start from the top down, we work from the top down, the en-suites did get bigger and bigger. Now, this really nice, comfortable room, it's just one of the bigger rooms, to be fair. And what we did in this one in particular, so this was actually one big room. I think it was around 16 square meters. So this room actually housed both the en-suites. So this wall here is on the other side, is actually the ensuite for the other room as well. So you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Some flower features, and again, a nicely resprayed fireplace. Now, okay, I forgot to even say, I forgot to even mention, these housing things is where the kitchenettes are on. So we're putting in a kitchenette here. So 1,000 base unit here, and then another 1,000 base unit on the top there. And we're going to have a kitchen unit here. Kitchenette, just going to be a dry kitchen, so it's just going to have basically your sink there and fridge freezer around here somewhere. And yeah, we'll make something work, but this is what's basically going in this corner to increase the rental figure for this room, which will essentially increase the valuation for the property, because we are going for a commercial valuation. So that is done based on your total rental income, plus a few multipliers and confusing stuff, and some weird valuers and all that stuff. Now, this is my favourite room. As my face lights up, let me switch on the light for you guys. This is my favourite room, and I think it's my favourite room simply because of the size and the shape of the bedroom. Nice square room, and who doesn't like a square room? You can see the lights that we've gone for. Mano. Those are features. I don't think I've spoken enough about my little features, but went for a nice Egyptian cotton walls and some black features, and I think it all complements nicely. Again, nice painting here, and we got our fuse box that I was talking about. So that controls the radiators and the tower rad and some other stuff, the lights and all that other stuff. But this is actually my favourite room. Not too big, nice square shape, gives you enough room to put your wardrobe in here, and it's got a nice view into the garden. Actually, the garden that's not so nice, so let's turn around and just exit this room. But you can show them the bathroom again. However, nothing's changed, still the same thing throughout the whole property, same thing. Now, I don't think we can mention the room with the drunk number 5. This is one of the cozier rooms for those that like loft rooms. I know it is a preferred choice for some people. They're usually very warm, cozy. For me, do I like loft rooms? Never actually had one, so I don't even know. Never wanted one or anything, but I think this is one of the smaller rooms. I think this is probably the smallest room, but still very good size. Bed nicely tucked in here. Nice, a lot of natural light, which is probably what makes it feel bigger than it is as well. And the ensuite here, nice, another comfy sized ensuite. Lastly, room number 6 at the moment, but it's going to be room number 7. Or downstairs will be room number 7. But this is now room number 6 as it is. And you can see here is another good sized bedroom. I've been quite happy because this loft conversion was already completed, and it's got back dormer. So it's got a rear dormer and a front dormer, which is amazing, because now you can easily get those 2 full-size bedrooms, and it doesn't, like, eave space is minimal here, right? Normally, if you have a loft, you have the eave space coming on all one side. However, because we've got a rear dormer and a front dormer, we don't have any of that, and we've just got lots of good space. Now, this is time for the smallest ensuite. It's a bit embarrassing, but guys, it just doesn't work any other way. But whoever gets this room, I think they will appreciate the nice views into the back garden, and they will forget, because how often do you actually spend on the toilet? It's a cozy one. It is a cozy one. It's a cozy ensuite. So I won't show you too much and talk too much about that. But that's about it, man. It's quite tiring, isn't it? It's a lot of rooms to go through.
The easy way, I still gotta make it work. They don't wanna see me paid. My girl got back to the bits. They send me an ETA. Got face and she got hips. I gotta appreciate. Yo, a whole lot changed since someone had dropped that BZ tape. Just trying to build up AL3 right now. Put that on a CDJ.